Hey everyone, welcome to episode 5, the final in the series of the Urei 1620 Total Electronic Rebuild. Before I start off, I want to give a big shout out to my man Jones, who got on me to catalog this, to record this. I've been doing repairs and all audio related, pro audio repairs and fabrication and things for over 40 years, and I've never had the opportunity to really catalog or film any of this that I've done. And he's been after me for a while now to actually record some of this. So, Jones, thank you very much. Secondly, Danny from MD Audio, major hookup. The man knows what he's doing. Helped me out quite a bit. Sent me a care package with all the components that I needed to rebuild the Urei, and tech support. Danny, you're the man. Hope to do stuff with you down the road. Maybe we can work on some other projects. And final shout out to my man Frank Beauchamp, owner of Design Studio, guy who kind of put me on the path of everything that's pro audio, fabrication of speaker cabinets, DJ consoles, amp racks, special effects lighting, wiring, and put me on the path of who I am today, really. So a real big shout out. I can't even pretend to not give this man enough credit for how he's the effect he's had on my life. So thanks, Frank. Anyway, so we're going to move forward. We're going to finish with this reconnection, and we're going to work from right to left. So I've got a couple of tape outputs that on the Urei, and one of the tape outs is going to go to the tape out on my cassette recorder if I wanted to record. And the other is going to my line meters. I've got two sets of meters, one set to record the line output and one to record the house output. So I may show you, or you may see it, but there's a set of meters here on the left and one on the right. And one is to show the output of the line, which is your turntables or whatever your source is, and the right one is to the actual output on the house. So, okay, so we've got the tape outs set up, and if you could see, I've got everything labeled on here, which is really important when you have such an elaborate setup, because as you disconnect and reconnect things, it does get kind of confusing. So I've got my booth here, which is my monitor. Got my left, my right. I'm going to connect these. Okay. And this is my house output. So actually, correction, the tape out, one of the tape outs goes to my PC connection so I can record. And the house output here is the one that's actually measuring the going to the meters. So, correction. I've got my house outputs here, XLR connections, and you can notice this is for my man Danny who got on me. I do have designated pin 2 is negative, pin 3 is positive on the XLR connections. It's really important because the Urei uses non-conventional wiring for its connections for using XLR. So typically on most pro equipment, pin 2 on the XLR is going to be positive and pin 3 is negative. So Urei did it negative, did it opposite, and it's important that you have that either changed, hardwired, changed in the Urei, or you make that configuration change in your cables. I've gone ahead and did it on my cables, so that change has been done. So now we're going to connect our loop in, our loop out. So on the loop in and loop out, I've got my effects. I've got my my equalizer, and I've got my range expander on the loop. You can actually put a lot of different things on the loop, different effects, echo and delays and things like this. But with the Urei, the loop is fixed, so it's always in line. With a lot of the newer mixers, you have the option of engaging or disengaging, which is cool. That you can take it in or out if you want, but with the Urei, it's always in. So, and if you don't use the loop, there's these little jumper cables that you can put in to bypass it. They're just a little bit of a FYI there. Okay, so you've got the loop all connected. All right, and let's move straight along. Let's start pushing some of these wires back in and start moving to some of the connections here. So what do we have here? We have aux-C, which is my cassette. Right. Okay. Hope you all can see that here. Okay, I've got my aux-C, which is my CD player, CD changer. Got my aux-A, which is playback from the computer. Got my aux-B, which is my Bluetooth receiver on channel B, so if I wanted to stream something Bluetooth through the system, I can do that. And then finally, get to the turntables. And this is going to be just a little tricky because the cables are just a little bit short. And let's see. I'm going to pause this a second, and I'm just going to kind of hold on a second. Okay, so a little change of perspective here. I did go ahead and finish connecting the phono and the ground wire, and that's these four that are right there with a little red tape on there. And my ground wire connected to that lug was a little bit tricky, you know, needing both hands, and just you would not have been able to see me connect all that. I would have been blocking the view. So, but we've got all the connections in. You can see all that, and you can see how they're all labeled. Or for the most part, you should be able to see how they're all labeled. Okay, and just so you can get a visual of the setup here. So I've got my DS X3000, which is really modeled after or manufactured by Rain to the Richard Long crossover X3000A. So Frankie had those made up in the 90s. So the meters, cassette player, my amps, my effects, and CD changer. And my babies, my Fostech double 15s, JBL 2-inch horn, Fostech bullet tweeters, my bullet tweeter Urei that I manufactured not long ago, earlier this year actually. So and there goes my other double 15 there. So, and my Yorkville bookshelf monitors. Upgraded those with Eminence drivers in them. They sound awesome. All right, so let's finish dropping this in. Let's see here. Tuck in the cable here. Gently kind of coax this in. Okay, we're in. And we'll start off, we'll just turn on my monitor amp. And let's give the CD a play. Let's see what this sounds like. And that is E. So you can see that's the line. And there's nothing on the house since the house isn't going yet. So far so good. Everything sounds good. Got the crossover down. House volume is down. Let's lower that a little bit. Let's turn on the other amps and put on the house system. That sounds really good. I have to say it's at least a 30% increase on gain from before the rebuild. Minimally a 30% increase in volume, and the punch is back. So I'm really happy with how that sounds. Let's test out the turntables, make sure that all looks good. Let's pause this. And this is for the Majestic sound heads. This is our all-time sound check song. Hold on, here it comes. Sounds really good. Wish you could be here to hear this live. And the last one, this is one of my favorites.
I got you in my dreams, and it's creepy.
I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am with the sound and how this has come out. Hopefully this has been informative. You've enjoyed it. Watching these last few episodes with the rebuild, with the Urei 1620 rebuild. Hopefully this will help someone out if they're going down the road and wanting to rebuild theirs. But by all means, if you need any help, hit me up. Also, if you need any kind of work done on any kind of gear, hit Danny up, MD Audio again. He's the man. If you can't get a hold of him, hit me up and I'll make sure you have all his information. Thanks a lot.